wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy the transgressings of our education. Right? So it says, what it say? Let us wait for the righteous. Let us lie in wait. Right? Because they trying to devise a plan against us to destroy us, man, so they can murder us, murder our children, right? Cut us off from even having kids, man. That's what their plans are always been about, man. All right, you got the Tuskegee incident, Tuskegee experiments, man, where they put syphilis on us, right? They got the abortion, aborting our children, right? All these types of things that have transpired against our people. These crafty counsels against our people, man. These are the things that the wicked have done unto the people of Israel, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? This is what they have done unto us, right? It says, oh, Salakia. It says in verse 17, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 17. Let us see if his words be true. Let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of Yahweh, or son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemies. They talking about themselves, because they're going to be torturous, man. They're going to destroy us and torture us, man. They'll do wicked things, abominable things to us, man. Let alone the lies, the murders, okay, and the offenses that he has put upon the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. So we got to receive understanding in these last days, right? We got to understand what's happening before us. We got to have righteous judgment, okay? It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture. That's how they're going to examine and see if we're going to stand on our square, right? That's how they're going to see if we're going to stand stiffly for the Most High God. It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death. They're going to even murder us, man, like they did to our people, man, like they did to the Israelites, like they did to the prophets, man, before us, man, flaying their skin off their body, right? All because of what? We stand in righteousness, man, saying that man can't lay with man, woman can't lay with woman. That's abomination, that's folly, that's madness. When we speak against the ways of the wicked, man, but because we get murdered day in and day out, hey, man, let me go ahead and get that. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8. Or Salakia, chapter 10. And verse 6. It says, folly is set in great dignity, man. I mean, they hold folly up here, man. Okay? That's what all their gods, all their gods, right? All their idols, their movies. You know, the Avengers was made on green and blue screen, man. If you look at how these movies was made, it looks just like a bunch of Edomites just jumping and rolling around, man. And look, they set that stuff in high regard, high dignity, man. All right, you see how foolish this place is, man? That's folly, that's madness, man. And our people actually believe in that thing, man. When our people are actually standing before us, man, I'm led to believe that they thinking about the superheroes and thinking about John Wayne and, you know, thinking about all the idols are in their heart. They conscious of the idol, man. They're conscious of the idol. That's why they don't receive this knowledge and understanding. And that's why he's sitting up here inquiring of us. So wait, no, you're supposed to already know. It's supposed to be plain to you, man. All these things that we suffered and it's not plain to you because you got the spirit of mirth on you, man. You're rejoicing in the destruction of your own people, man. This is why you don't have understanding, right? So it says what? It says in verse 6, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. That's right. And that's talking about the so-called and then hey, if you look at it, like, man, listen, all these things that the so-called white man puts in place, hey man, it only builds up Babylon, man. It only builds up Babylon. None of the things, that's why they don't bring out movies that talks about the so-called black man rising up from his oppressors. They don't bring out stuff like that. Those things are not set in high dignity, man, because they want us to be in the low place, man. Even doing it without the Most High's salvation, hey, they still don't put that up. They still don't put those types of movies up. You know, even just a black man delivering his people, just being a black man, right? Because you know what? They hate us that much. It's perpetual, man. They hate us that much. So the scriptures say dignity is folly is set in high dignity, man. Right? It says in verse 11, surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and a babbler is no better. The words of the wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. That's right. And so you speaking about the white man, speaking good, whether you speak good about the white man or you speak evil of the white man, and he gonna bite no matter what. It don't matter what enchantments you get. You can't enchant the so-called white man. You can't convince the so-called white man to love you, man. He gonna bite you regardless, man, because that's the sword. That's the serpent that the Most High has garnished, man, by His Spirit, right? So it don't matter if you enchant or not. He's gonna bite you regardless. And guess what? The babbler is no different, man. Right? Talking about things that he ought not. Right? Talking about, oh well, I think this is right. I think that is right. And you know, the so-called white man. Hey, let me go ahead and get that. Psalms chapter 10. Psalms chapter 10. It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let him be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth, man. That's right. So not only does he bless these other nations to rise up against you and hate you and murder and kill you, right? Through all of their lies, right? Putting you in slavery, right? Not only does he give that to the so-called Chinese, Middle Eastern man, and Japanese, all these other nations that's gathered against us, right? Not only does he do that for them, but he blesses the covetous, which is our own people, man. He blessed even our own people to rise up against us and kill us and murder us, man. He blessed the covetous to sit up there and speak lies against their own people, man. The covetous of our nation, man. So yeah. It says, the wicked through his pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. It says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. That's right. So this is what the so-called white man is doing through what? All of his idols, right? Spreading lies, folly. These are the types of things that we're supposed to be receiving understanding in these last days, man. That's why our judgment is supposed to be a righteous judgment, right? That's why we're supposed to be speaking righteousness, man. So let's go ahead and go back to Isaiah chapter 59. And I'm going to continue from there. And it says in verse 3, for your hands are defiled with blood. Salakia, let's go to verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. It says, for your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue hath muttered perverseness. That's right, man. Your tongue has muttered perverseness. And these are the things why the Most High don't deal with our people, man. Why he not delivering us from our oppressors, okay? These are the reasons why. Because we are sitting up here making lies our refuge, man. Making lies our refuge. And we're going to get that. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 28. This is 28, Isaiah chapter 28, verse 14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people, which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge. Even though the Bible, the Most High God told you that when the scourge passed through, you're gonna be destroyed. It don't matter if the snake is enchanted or not. It don't matter if the snake is enchanted or not. You're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be delivered. You're gonna be bitten. Okay. He gonna bite, whether it be rather the snake be enchanted or not, the serpent is enchanted or not, you're going to be bitten. So we got to have understanding of that thing. What does that thing mean? Okay? We got to wake up in these last days and stop making lies our refuge, man. You think because you sit up here you are homosexual, you're going to be saved from thermonuclear destruction? You think you're going to be saved from the laws of Babylon? You know, he's setting you up because he knows that if you come out of the law, statutes, and commandments, hey, he can destroy you, man. He can destroy you with impunity, man. He can destroy you with impunity because what? You turn from your power, which is the scriptures, man. You turn from the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. This is Judith chapter 5. In verse 20, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, talking about the Israelites, talking about the blacks, Hispanics, and so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and they sin against their God. So Salaki, let's go back. If there be any error, meaning they turn against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, if there be any error in this people, and they turn and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. So that's why they let you carry on in the garment, let you wear the filthy garments of homosexuality, the filthy garments of seeking after other gods, the filthy garments of eating pork and other abominable foods, okay? The filthy garments, not having understanding of the laws, man. Like it says in Nehemiah, man, chapter 8, you're supposed to be given the understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments, man. On how you ought to deal, why these things will make you a wise and understanding people. It's going to keep your body safe, right? It's going to keep you from getting murdered, right? It's going to keep you in unity with your brothers, right? Having true love for your brothers. That's something that we don't know as well. That's why we're going to be broken down and built back up, man. That's why we have to be broken down and built back up, because we don't even know how to love our people, man. Even brothers in this truth. Even brothers in this truth don't know how to love their people because what? You know, they still conscious of the idol, man. Still conscious of the idol. So what? It says we have made lies our refuge, man. And with death, it says we have made covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement, man. You agree with this place. I agree with everything that so-called white man tell them to do, man, this, that, and the other. Hey, man, hey, it don't matter. That's the same type of people that talk like that, they get murdered by the cops. The same people that talk like that and believe that things are fair, they get shot by the cops in their own vehicles, man. This is the same people that sit up here, the people who make lies their refuge, okay, and with hell they are at agreement. These people are the ones who are getting murdered in the street. These are the people that's out there in the highways and hedges protesting, man, to no avail. Protest of vanity, man. Talking about Black Lives Matter. You're not black. You're an Israelite, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites. The people who have been oppressed, killed off the land, and who fit the curses of the scriptures are the Israelites indeed, right? And whose forefathers run back to Israelites, man. Who have the ability to understand this truth. Who have the ability and have the spirit that lines up with the scriptures, right? Not the so-called white man, okay? But the scriptures, right? Not the so-called white man, but the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the oppressed people. Those are the Israelites, right? So it says what? For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Right, under lies you even hide yourself. That's the garments, man. That's the covering that you have over you, right? You're trying to hide who you are. Hey, but just like the Assyrian, man, you can't hide. man. I don't care what you believe in, man. You still black. When you walk up in these stores, these nations that these other nations, they still watching you. They still watching you. But you sitting up here convincing yourself, oh, I'm not black. You convincing yourself, hey, I love everybody. You can say that day in and day out, but they still murdering you. They still killing you. They still refusing you in society. Forget them murdering you in the streets. How you gonna live when they hate you, man? Every nation hates blacks, Hispanic, and Native American men. And then black men is the epicenter of that hate. The black man is the epicenter of hatred. The hatred that every nation have for the so-called oppressed people, the black man is the center of that thing, the epicenter of that hatred. And that's why the scripture says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such who has afflicted them. See, but our people don't have understanding. Our people want to pull away the shoulder so they can go on and be murdered by the cops, be murdered in society. You know what I mean? So that your own people can be refused, so you'll end up being without. Your nation can go on still being a shaking of the head among the heathen, right? People ain't got no understanding in these last days, and they think I'm worried about it. I ain't worried about it, man. I've been here. I've been pushing this word out. So you can pull it. Hey, everybody, a lot of people done pulled the shoulder, man. Pulled away the shoulder. But it is what it is, man. We got to keep bringing this truth, man. So it says what? Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone. Right? Most High God going to lay a foundation in Zion, a tried stone. Let's talk about Yahweh, man. And he's going to bring, and Yahweh is going to come back from the clouds, right?